When your AC stops working, just call the experts at KS Services Heating and Air. They're fast and affordable. Right now, purchase any Bryant energy efficient system and save with 0% interest for 60 months with approved credit. It comes included with a 5-year labor warranty. And our fair price guarantee means that we will always give you 3 quotes for every situation. A good, better, and best. Call KS Services Heating and Air today. We roll on, whatever it takes.
This is the Weather Xtreme video. This is the afternoon edition for Wednesday, the 6th of September. I'm James Spann. All eyes are on Irma. Alabama's weather, beautiful for the foreseeable future. All right, check it out. There's the water vapor satellite view. Very high amplitude pattern. Big ridge in the west, big deep trough in the east. That's responsible for this refreshing air we are enjoying today. And the trough will be responsible for turning Irma to the north before it reaches the Gulf of Mexico. And yeah, feels good, only in the 70s with bright sunshine. Again, our weather just fantastic in the early next week. We do have a risk of severe weather east of Alabama today on the Atlantic coast, a slight risk, the standard risk for parts of the Carolinas. Here's the rain for the next 7 days, and obviously the big numbers coming with Hurricane Irma. The Florida Peninsula, the coast of Georgia, South Carolina, up into parts of North Carolina. But the good news, Irma is moving. It's not going to sit there for days and days like Harvey, so rain amounts will likely be under a foot. And there's our tropical trio. Obviously, the focus is on Irma. We have the trailing system, which is Jose, a tropical storm, and Katia, which is a new tropical storm in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, the Bay of Campeche. Concerning Katia, this thing more than likely becomes a hurricane briefly and then drifts down into Mexico. We believe this is no threat to Texas, no threat to the United States. Concerning Jose, the trailing system behind Irma, this is going to get up there, gain latitude past north of Puerto Rico and Hispaniola, and it's just going to sit there for a while. This is the ensemble from the GFS, and it just kind of does the hokey pokey for a while with no steering currents. Ultimately, it might kick out. Ultimately, it might try and move back to the west, but it's no threat to land anytime soon. So we'll focus on Irma. Top winds 185 miles an hour. There's been no change. Still, that's a category 5, obviously. Very impressive structure. This thing's been passing over some of the islands today. In fact, check this out. This is the radar coming from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Remarkable presentation of the eye and the eye wall. And that's going to pass just north of the northern coast of Puerto Rico tonight. There's the official track from the Hurricane Center. They've adjusted to the east a little bit. It stays a major hurricane for the entire life, at least on this forecast graphic, on through Monday morning of next week. They basically run it up the Atlantic coast of the Florida Peninsula. And that is very problematic. Here's a look at some modeling. The tropical models, pretty good agreement, tight clustering there. No models bringing in the Gulf. And this is a look at the GFS ensemble, 21 members. And again, no members really bring it up in the Gulf. Most all of them keep it on that east coast, the Atlantic coast of the Florida Peninsula, up toward Georgia or South Carolina. Now, we're starting to get very good model agreement here, but there's still some subtle differences, and those differences can make a huge difference. In fact, I'll show you the GFS and the European here in just a second. But the ensemble mean, the black line, basically runs that Atlantic coast of Florida. So let's dive in here and take a look at the 12Z runs. This is the GFS valid tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. This is at 500 millibars. Big trough in the east. And again, obviously for Alabama, just beautiful weather tomorrow. Sunny with the upper 70s, low humidity. We start the day in the 50s, maybe some 40s in cooler pockets. Of course, we'll watch Irma. This is Friday. Irma coming through the southeastern Bahamas. Saturday as the weekend begins. Again, we're fine here. Great weather for high school football Friday night. College football games on Saturday. Auburn's in Clemson, South Carolina. They have no problems Saturday night. The sky there will be clear. Let's go to Sunday. This is the GFS, and again, Irma. And I don't think it's going to be that deep. We've talked about that. There'll be some interaction with land, a little bit of shear. Still, it's going to be a major hurricane, but I don't think the pressure will be that low. And the question is, will the center be to the east of the coast or to the west of the coast? That's going to make a huge difference in the impact. If it's a little east of the coast, it'll be bad, but not as bad as if it were on the west side. This is Sunday night, just after midnight, just east of Melbourne. And this is Monday at midday, then coming up on Savannah. And then Tuesday, the remnant circulation is up over the Ohio River. But let's go to the European, and again, it's performing a little better in the medium range. This is Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern. Irma's just on the north coast of Cuba. Sunday at 2 o'clock Eastern. It's literally on top of Miami and Fort Lauderdale. And again, it's such a close call that the GFS, the European, they're in very good agreement, but 50 miles will make a huge impact. One way or the other, it's just going to be nasty. I mean, everybody in South Florida needs to prepare for a major, major hurricane. That's been the message for days. It is still the message. Nothing has changed. This is Monday at midday. The center is just east of Jacksonville. And then we'll go to Tuesday, and the remnant circulation is located over far eastern Tennessee. But the clear message here, everybody in the Florida Peninsula, especially on the Atlantic coast side, you got to prepare for a major hurricane. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, Daytona Beach, Jacksonville, St. Augustine. On up the coast, if you're on the Georgia coast, the South Carolina coast, same thing. You got to prepare for a major hurricane. Savannah, Hilton Head, Charleston, Myrtle Beach. For the Atlantic coast of Florida, the main impact will most likely be Sunday. For Georgia, South Carolina's coast, the main impact Monday. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's go to the end of the forecast period. Saturday, September 16th, westerly shifting up north. We're warm and dry and kind of warm. We might be warming up a little bit. In fact, check the numbers. Just refreshing here for the next 5 days. But notice we do hit the upper 80s toward mid-month. Still no sign of any 90s. Lows mostly in the 50s and 60s. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this afternoon. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can't catch us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
AC broken? Just call KS Services Heating and Air. All Bryant energy-efficient systems come with a 5-year labor warranty, and our fair price guarantee means that we'll always give you 3 quotes for every situation. Just call KS Services Heating and Air today.